Yeah, the England squad for game one against the Exiles will be Carl Ablett, Ryan Atkins, Tom Briscoe, Danny Brough, Rob Burrow, Gareth Carvell, Josh Chinley, Rangi Chase, Earl Crabtree, Leroy Cudjoe, Ryan Hall, Gareth Hock, Jamie Jones Buchanan, Lee Mossop, Sean O'Loughlin, Jamie Peacock, James Roby, Kevin Sinfield, Danny Tickle, Sam Tompkins and John Wilkin.
You know, a couple of the big names that stand out there, Ryan Atkins and Danny Tickle. Tell us a bit about their inclusion in the squad.
Yeah, two players who've been in good form throughout this season, and you know, I think earned the right to be in this squad for this game, for game one of this fixture. And you know, the rest of the group have been part of the ETS, and you know, I've been preparing, you know, for two camps. But as happened last season, as happened again this season, as what I'm really encouraged by is the fact that people can force their way back into the group.
A lot's been perhaps made of Ryan Atkins not being in previous squads. You know, tell us what's changed to ensure his inclusion in this particular one.
Oh, not particularly Ryan, but I just think with everybody involved in the squad, we have some you know, some ways that we want to conduct ourselves. There's some ways that we want to approach things within the England group, and I think the whole group epitomises at this moment in time what we're trying to achieve within the England organisation.
What do you think these two guys in particular can add to the England setup?
Well, I think they're both strike players. Like I said, they're both capable of offensively, certainly, bending the line backwards. Danny Tickle is a world-class goal kicker on top of all the other attributes that he's got. And like I said, I think they'll be welcome additions to our squad. And you know, we've got to still shape that squad into a team. And you know, and Danny and Ryan are up there with as good a shout as anybody. And
any of those two particularly surprised to get the call from you at all, or were they kind of expecting it given their club form?
No, I don't think anybody expects the call. I think, you know, people want the call, and people, you know, obviously delighted when that call does come through. But no, certainly, you know, both those players will, you know, will enhance what we've got within our existing group, and hopefully we'll push strong claims this weekend to be part of the actual team that plays.
And it kind of proves that, you know, that the England team is based on form, because, you know, they're like last year. Jamie Jones Buchanan and Gareth Carvell came into the side and are now pretty well established in your setup.
Yeah, look, we've got some really good programmes in place with all the way through our systems now, and we select early at the start of the year. You know, and you know, we have some players who push on and the form improves. We have some players who drop, and we've actually got some players who are actually going to play back. 3 players who will play back within our Knights team from our ETS this time round, and we've got, you know, majority of our squad are obviously from the ETS, but with a couple of additions from outside the group. So the door is never closed for anybody, without doubt. You know, as long as they show the right attitude, the right commitment, and the right form, and hopefully we've got that blend right this time round.
And if we talk hookers, you've got James Roby, and you've obviously got Rob Burrow can come on and play at hooker. Michael McAlorum not selected.
Look, there's plenty of players, you know, who could stake a strong claim to be part of this group, and you know, Michael knows exactly what he needs to do to be part of the group, and I'm sure he'll be pushing his claims very, very hard for game 2.
And it's also an opportunity, obviously, you know, to build some of those key partnerships that you kind of started in last year's Four Nations. I'm thinking along the lines of Sinfield and Chase. I guess they're going to get another run at the back end of the year.
Well, we've got some choices to make. You know, without doubt, we've got plenty of options within our group, and you know, some other players pushing very hard. But you know, we want to try and build on momentum that we gained during the Four Nations. We want to carry that into this season's fixtures against the Exiles, and then the season tournament, because, you know, as we all know, there's a World Cup coming at the end of 2013. So I think continuity and some consistency within our group. We've obviously got a lot of players who were playing the NRL who were involved with us last year who can't be, so there's some natural changes that will have to be made there. But certainly, if we can keep the bulk of the group together and keep them in good form, we give ourselves a great chance.
And I guess I have to ask you about Adrian Morley's omission from the squad. Omission's probably a bit strong. Adrian Morley's non-selection in the squad. It proves that players need to, they need to be on the toes and keep playing well to get in this England side.
Yeah, there's no bigger admirer of Adrian Morley than myself. I think he's a superhuman being and a super player. We've only gone with four props in this squad this time round, and at this moment Adrian just sits outside of that. He is coming back from a fair while out of being injured, and he's just on his way back from that. So I think again, I think Adrian knows exactly what he needs to do to be back part of this group, and I'm sure his form between now and the game too will give me plenty of headaches in terms of him wanting to be selected for that game.
It must have been a pretty enjoyable task putting that squad together. You look down the list and some real quality and some players in some pretty decent form.
Yeah, there is. And you certainly probably look at the Wigan contingent at this moment in time and the form that they're showing at their club. But also there's some players within that group I've got utmost faith in. I know will produce. I'll come with the exact attitude that we're looking for. And I'm really looking forward to working hard with this group and looking forward to game one of what's going to be a great two-game series.
I'll just ask you what happens in terms of squad selections for the rest of the year. Do you pick another squad for the second Exiles game, and then do you pick an ETS at the end of the year?
Yeah, we'll assess, we'll obviously review this game after the first game, and then we'll pick a squad for game two of the series. And then on the wrap-up after the back of that, we'll look from August the 1st of announcing an ETS squad, which will take us forward through to the end of the season. So any adjustments that need to be made will be made at that point, and then obviously we'll look into our end of season tour to South Africa in terms of our preparation period for the tournament at the end of the season against France and Wales.
I think you've had a chance to have a quick look at the Exiles squad. What do you make of that? Do you think it's a stronger outfit than you tackled last year?
Oh, it's going to be strong regardless, whether it's stronger or not than last season. The fixture proved and gave us exactly what we wanted. We would love to have been on the right side of the result, but in terms of the intensity of the game, the closeness of the game and the pressure situations in the game, that certainly helped us in our preparations for the Four Nations tournament last year. If we can get two games with equal standard, hopefully with England coming out on top, then certainly we'll be happy with that. But it's important in its own right, these games, that we win these games, we win these fixtures, but ultimately it is about making sure our players are the very best prepared they can be going into the World Cup in 2013.